day, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Government and Public Service Reports on Atlantic Television Network. Of news, events, and stories abound in the state system. ATN's appetite for in-depth, unbiased, and factual reportage is a driving principle for this program in order to bring government activities to the doorstep of the people. Let's go through the highlights of today's reports. We have in Rivers State that police kill Greenland cult leaders. And in Anambra State, government distributes 1.4 million House of Assembly. They have reduced, as they say, that it should reduce checkpoint on Nature and Nugu roads. We have the Academic Students Union of Universities has warned federal government against scrapping TED fund for NEL fund. We take a short break, and when we return, we go on straight to the details. Stay tuned. Welcome back, and now we dive into the details for today. The Rivers State Police Command has killed Ike Thengod, aka General 2 man, a notorious Greenland cult leader known for kidnapping and armed robbery in Ahoda East and West local government areas. The Commissioner of Police, CP Mustafa Bala, during a press briefing said the hoodlum has been wreaking havoc in Ahoda East and West local government communities, particularly Obolo community in Akinama division. CP Bala said preliminary investigation shows General 2 man was responsible for many violent victims, for many violent crimes, as well as the killing of boat driver in December 2023 and shooting of one police officer, SP Bello, during rescue of Adebayo, a kidnapped victim, and killing an Igbo man after collecting ransom. The Rivers Police boss said General 2 man also snatched a red-color Toyota Camry and responsible for incessant vandalization of pipeline and critical infrastructure and killing of oil company workers, the murder of a couple on March 5th, 2024. CP Bala also disclosed the cases involving General 2 man were pending and under investigation when he met his Waterloo on Friday, December 5, 2024, when he wanted to carry out another operation, while 2 AK-47 rifles of live ammunitions were recovered from the cultists. In Bayelsa State, we have the Bayelsa State government has accused some members of the All Progressive Congress in the state allegedly diverted some items the Federal Ministry of Regional Development sent to the state as palliatives for flood victims. The State's Commissioner for Information, Orientation and Strategy, Mrs. Ebiowu Koko Bia, disclosed this while briefing newsmen on the palliatives the state's government received from the federal government in Government House, Yenagoa. Coco Bia, who did not give the number of items that the APC members allegedly diverted, said the state received the items on Saturday last week and that the government was only informing members of the public on the development, adding that Bayelsa State received 2,000 bags of 50 kg rice, 6 bags of 50 kg beans, of 150 cartons of spaghetti, 1,000 pieces of mosquito nets, 100 cartons of tomato paste, and 6 bags of detergents and others. She said the state also received 50 pieces of cooking stoves, 6 pieces of grinding machines, 6 pieces of sewing machines, 3 motorcycles, and 4 bags of rubber slippers. Responding to a question, she said Bayelsa had earlier received 3 billion naira from the federal government for flood victims, and that the money was spent on visitations to flood-affected communities and various IDP camps by reaching out to them. But reacting to the allegation, the Assistant Publicity Secretary of the Bayelsa State Chapter of the APC, Mr. Coronation Tokwo, described the allegation as frivolous, adding that federal government palliatives are not sent to political parties, but to states. President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Joe Ajero, has warned the governor of Edo State, Monday Webolo, against picking fights with the union. Ajero warning came on the heels of the invasion of the office of the NLC in Edo State by security operatives. A statement by the NLC said it was disturbed by the illegal breaking in and entry into the office of the Edo State Council of the Nigerian Labour Congress by some police personnel of Edo State Police Command. The NLC said it was particularly worrisome amid speculations that the police might have acted at Webolo's instance. As a brand new governor, he should have his priorities. We would hate to think that authorizing the harassment of trade union leaders is one of them. As for the police, they should retrieve their honor, if they can, by not lending themselves to the performance of dirty jobs in contravention of their oaths of office. Leave Edo State Council of the Nigerian Labour Congress alone. It is too soon to start a fight with us, Ajero said. Omotekun has nabbed a local security guard at Rubber Estate in Ose River, Ovia Southwest local government area of Edo State. Okwobo Edet has been apprehended after he allegedly faked his own kidnap. While making an attempt to demand a ransom of 50 million naira from his employer, Edet was nabbed by personnel of the Omotekun Corps. The suspect was apprehended at one of his hideouts in Igbotako, Iketupupa local government area of Ondo State, and his arrest was successful after the Edo command of the Department of State Services contacted the Ondo Omotekun Corps. The suspect was among 22 suspects paraded on Tuesday at the headquarters of the Ondo Omotekun Corps in Akure, while Adetunji Adeleye, commander of Ondo Omotekun, who confirmed the arrest of the suspect, said Edet was nabbed at the residence of one Libon James, alleging that Mr. Libon might not be aware that Edet was only faking his own kidnapping. He said the 2 suspects would be handed over to the DSS for further investigation, while the senior security manager of the firm, Oluwole Adesonlu, said Edet had worked for the firm for about 10 years. Anambra State, its control agency, has reported that 3,138 individuals tested positive for HIV out of the ones that were tested between January and October 2024. The State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, disclosed the figures on Thursday during a media briefing in Oka to mark World AIDS Day, commemorated annually on December 1. This year's theme is Take the Right Path, Sustain HIV Response, Stop HIV Among Children to End AIDS in Nigeria by 2030. Highlighting progress in combating HIV/AIDS, Obidike revealed that comprehensive HIV services had been extended to 174 healthcare facilities across the state. Between January and October, we recorded a 1.2% positivity rate. With 3,138 new cases and successfully linked to antiretroviral therapy, bringing the total number of individuals on ART in the states of 439. The commissioner also detailed the state's prevention efforts, including the distribution of 1,460,000 condoms and 26,640 lubricants to encourage safe practices. This measure underscores the government and its partners' commitment to reducing transmission risks. Abia State's First Lady Priscilla Chidima Oti has said Olurimi Tinubu's project Renewed Hope initiative has transformed millions of lives in the country. She stated this in Umuahia during the launch and distribution of free exercise books to pupils and students as one of the interventions of the Nigeria First Lady in education sector in the state. Oti said, as the mother of our dear nation, Senator Olurimi Tinubu is passionate about the empowerment of women, girls, and children, including pupils and students of our prestigious institutions of learning. Recognizing the critical role education plays in human capital development, in partnership with LHI, we have provided over 110,000 exercise books to enhance learning outcomes and support the academic journey of our pupils and students, especially at the basic level. She continued, we are not just teaching them how to farm, we are also nurturing a generation that will transform our agricultural landscape, adopt modern farming techniques, and ensure that Nigeria remains self-sufficient in food production. The exercise books we are distributing today will play a vital role in your academic journey. It is now a crime in Abia State for a child to sin hawking during school hours. We will enforce this law strictly to protect the rights of our children and ensure they remain in school, she stated. The Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde says the People's Democratic Party will teach the All Progressive Congress a political lesson in the 2026 Osun State election and the 2027 Oyo State election. Makinde also dismissed the notion that the APC would wrest political control of the two states, describing the ambition of the APC national chairman, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, as unrealistic. Speaking in Oshobo during the inauguration of the stadium roundabout, Bale, roundabout Ilesa, garage roundabout, dual carriage road, Makinde said that Ganduje might have been distracted when he said the APC would capture Osun and Oyo states. Ganduje, speaking with journalists after the Independent National Electoral Commission declared the APC candidate Lucky Ayedatiwa as the winner of the November 16 governorship election in Ondo State, had said the APC would take over the Southwest by 2027 with victories in Oyo and Osun states. In his response, Makinde, in a statement by his chief press secretary, Suleiman Olawaju, said Ganduje's statement, which came on the heels of the party's victory in Edo and Ondo governorship elections, was misguided, adding that the people of Osun State have been blessed to see the light that Governor Ademola Adeleke represented and would show the APC pepper in the next governorship election in the state. Justice Yetunde Adesanya of the Lagos State High Court, sitting at the Tafawa Balewa Square on Thursday, ordered Chidima Ojukwu's co-defendants to open their defense. Ojukwu, charged with the murder of the Super TV Chief Executive Officer Michael Lucifo Ataga alongside Adedapo Kudri and Chioma Ebuchu, are standing trial for Ataga's murder. She and Quadri are facing the fight to 8 counts bordering on conspiracy, murder, and stabbing, while her sister Ebuchu is facing the 9th count of stealing an iPhone 7 belonging to the late Ataga. The two were alleged to have conspired and murdered Ataga on June 15, 2021 by stabbing him several times with a knife in the neck and chest. The incident occurred at number 19 Adewale Oshin Street, Lekki Phase 1, Lagos. At the resumed hearing on the trial on Thursday, the second and third defendants who had earlier filed a non-case submission challenging the trial asked the court to dismiss all charges against them. The second defendant's counsel, Babatunde Busari, and the third defendant's counsel, M.I. Otuaka, all argued that the prosecution had failed to establish any material evidence for their clients to enter defense in the case. In his response to the application, the state's prosecution Yusuf Sule objected to the submission and urged the court to dismiss the second defendant's no-case submission application. He said, the prosecution has put forward material evidence linking the second defendant to the charges against him. We call upon him to enter his defense. Arewa Consultative Forum in Kano State on Thursday celebrated elder statesman Alhaji Tanko Yakasai on the occasion of his 99th birthday. In a statement issued by the forum's publicity secretary Alhaji Bello Sani Galadanchi, the ACF commended Yakasia for his significant contributions to Nigerians' independence and sovereignty, highlighting his role as one of the key nationalists who fought for the country's freedom. The ACF also acknowledged Yakasia's contributions to community development, statehood, and the promotion of peace among Nigeria's diverse communities. ACF chairman for Kano State, Dr. Goni Umar, expressed his joy in celebrating Yakasia's milestone and extended heartfelt congratulations to the people of Kano State and the Yakasia family. He prayed for continued blessings upon Yakasia's work as a social activist, tradesman, advocate for peace, and public affairs commentator. Farouk also called on politicians and administrations to draw inspiration from Yakasia's exemplary qualities of patriotism, community service. Local resident Sani Musa said the explosive was part of the bandit's strategy to launch a reprisal on Ungwa Yagaladima village, adding that the attack was intended to avenge the killing of their leader, Sani Black, by the village vigilantes group. Musa said the village had alerted military personnel about the impending attack, prompting the bandits to plant the explosive to thwart any rescue mission. Investments and Securities Bill 2024 aimed at transforming Nigeria's capital markets and enhancing the regulatory framework passed the second reading in the Senate on Wednesday. In a statement on Wednesday, the SEC noted that the bill, which sought to repeal the Securities and Exchange Commission Act, went through a second reading on the floor of the Senate. Leading the debate, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Capital Markets, Senator Ositai Izunaso, highlighted that the bill was designed to establish a more robust and transparent capital market, encouraging greater investor confidence and boosting foreign investment. Izunaso explained that the bill proposed the repeal of the Investment and Security Act of 2007 and the establishment of a comprehensive regulatory system to address emerging market needs, such as derivatives and systematic risk management. He added, the bill aims to provide the Securities and Exchange Commission with the necessary legal authority to regulate the market effectively, ensuring capital formation, protecting investors, and maintaining a fair and efficient market while reducing systematic risks. The bill has been praised for its potential to align Nigeria's capital market regulations with global best practices, particularly in terms of protecting market integrity against abuse, insider trading, and fraudulent practices. The new framework also introduced stringent penalties for Ponzi schemes and illegal fund managers, including fines of up to 20 million naira or imprisonment for up to 10 years. Senator Ita Jibrin and Senator Adeto Kumbo Abiru also expressed support for the bill, emphasizing the importance of empowering the SEC to execute its mandates effectively and in line with international standards. Senate President Godswill Akpabio, while announcing the passage of the bill, remarked, "The passage of this bill will reassure investors and help attract more funds into the capital markets by minimizing risks." We are open for advert placements, news and event coverage, personality, society and political interviews, product, service, and promotion and commercials. You can connect with us on all our ATN socials, on Facebook and YouTube, on Attractive Television Network, Instagram and TikTok, Attractive TV Network 1, Twitter on Attractive TV Net, which is live on our website at www.attractivenet.org.tv. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, we'll continue the story. Just stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now right into the story. The Senate has revised the bill aimed at prohibiting the export of maize, introducing a provision for a minimum 1-year jail term for individuals convicted of exporting unprocessed maize in large quantities. The amended bill, originating from the House of Representatives, seeks to ban the exportation of maize and its derivatives in substantial commercial amounts, and following consideration of its clauses at the Committee of the Whole. The bill was approved through voice votes by the majority of senators. The revised provision states that any individual who exports, facilitates the exports, induces another person to export or attempt to export unprocessed maize, whether in grains, on cobs, fresh or dry, in large commercial quantities of at least 1 metric ton or more, is guilty of an offense, and a person who contravenes the provisions of subsection 1 is liable on conviction to a fine in monetary values of the goods exported or sought to be exported, or imprisonment for a term of 1 year, or both. It also said custom officers or other persons who aids, counsels, procures or conspires with another person to commit an offense under this section is liable on conviction to the penalty on the subsection 2, and the Federal High Court has jurisdiction over any offense committed under this bill. The Deputy Senate President also said the differences on the bill will be resolved at the conference committee. House of Representatives says it is not happy with the intractable menace of street begging and alamajiri in the Federal Capital Territory. Therefore, the House resolves to probe the Federal Capital Territory Administration's social protection programs and assess the condition on its rehabilitation center for street beggars and amajiri located in Buhari Area Council. This decision followed the adoption of a motion sponsored by Bashiru Dawudu, the representatives of Oshodi Isolo 1 Federal Constituency, Lagos State, titled Needs to Investigate the Abuja Rehabilitation Center and the social protection programs of the FCT. Dawudu highlighted that on October 22, 2024, the FCT administration declared a crackdown on street begging as part of efforts to restore Abuja's image and improve security, adding that many street beggars are individuals with disabilities, while other contributing factors include the Amajiri system, poverty, unemployment, and internal displacement. The lawmaker described street begging as a long-standing societal issue in Nigeria, noting that since 2003, successive FCT administrations had employed law enforcement agents to apprehend, persecute, or repatriate beggars, stating that it provides only a temporal fix, as beggars often reappear in new locations. House of Representatives on Thursday urged national security agencies to reduce the excessive number of security checkpoints on the Onitsha-Enugu Expressway. This resolution followed a motion presented by Representative Amobi Oga during plenary in Abuja. In his motion, Oga highlighted that the expressway, spanning approximately 105 kilometers, hosts about 28 security checkpoints. These checkpoints, located at points such as Akuzu Junction, Amambia Junction, Ugwa Boundary, Ochi River Junction, and Onyama Hill, result an average distance of just 8.7 kilometers between checkpoints. Oga argues that the excessive checkpoints subject travelers to constant harassment, delays, and extortion. He also emphasized that this practice infringes on citizens' constitutional rights to free movement as guaranteed by Section 4.1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. He further noted that a report for further legislative action. President Bola Tinubu's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, says the Port Harcourt refinery is operating at 70% installed capacity with plans to increase production shortly, and the refinery receives regular crude oil contrary to claims of lacking the products. He disclosed this after joining a fact-finding team to the 60,000 barrels per day refinery, adding that the lies and doubts about the refinery has been dismissed by the team's fact-finding mission. This is coming after in November, the Nigerian National Petroleum Commission Company Limited Olusonoye announced the commencement of Port Harcourt's refinery, while the NNPCL spokesman said the refinery commenced operation with 62%. Sonoye said the refinery is processing 60,000 barrels per day of crude, adding that the facility has a combined 250,000 barrels per day capacity.